everyone, so I'm back with another book memories video, and this one is on a romance novel. Actually, it is on The Book of Scandal by Julia London. And for this, I think I've done synopsis, well, probably not for The Hobbit, but a synopsis is super important for this book. So, and it looks like I've never read this, but I'm just really good at taking care of it. I initially read this as a library book and then had to buy it as a physical book. So the synopsis of this story is, it's a historical romance, and what are their names? It is about a man named Nathan and a woman named Evelyn, and they got married when they were younger, and it was like a match, like a arranged marriage, but they did care for each other. I would go so far as to say that they each loved each other in the best way that they could at the time. They were happy. They had a son, and then when their son was about 3 years old, I think, he passed away. And he was sick, like he was always a sickly boy, but he died, and his death ripped them apart. They ended up just separating, like not legally, because that's hard, but they ended up splitting up. And like, she lives in London and he stays in the country basically, and they don't associate with one another, and these decisions have caused them to kind of come to hate each other in a lot of ways. And then due to events that occur in the book, at the beginning, the two of them are thrown back together in the country, and they have to deal with their issues with each other and deal with their grief, because neither of them have really dealt with it well, nor have they dealt with it as a couple, because there's dealing with your grief individually and dealing with your grief together. And it's about them kind of coming back together as a couple and falling in love again, maybe in a better, stronger way. This is the first romance novel to ever make me cry. I remember being like where I was when it happened. I was in my mom's basement on an exercise bike reading and bawling my eyes out, because what these two people went through with the loss of their son is devastating. And this is one of the reasons I love third person, is you get to see both of them deal with their grief, and both of them deal with how they felt the other person mishandled their grief. It blew my mind, and it kind of set a bar for me in the romance novel world of what a book can do and what a romance novel can be. And I love it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of like persuasion-y stories. To me, a lot of romance is all just like Jane Austen tropes. I feel like she's kind of the one that, like, not that they didn't exist before her, but she's kind of the one that like formalized them, in my opinion. And the persuasion one is the like reunited lovers one, and that's one of my like favorite things. I think it's beautiful and offers so many opportunities, and it's not done very often in my experience, but this introduced me to Julia London, so it's a huge deal for me. And I had never, I think, thought of a conflict like this, where I just had never read a book like this at the time, and where really the conflict is between a couple that already exists versus a couple coming together, and their coming together for the first time being like a huge part of the story. I just have really strong emotions about it, and I was blown away by the way it made me feel, and I love it. That's really it. I don't have much more to say. If you read this though, and you have anything to say about it, let me know. It is the first book in the series, I think. Yes. The next one is A Highland Scandal, and then there's The Courtesan Scandal or something like that. And those are both good too, but this one I really, really like. There are scenes in here, I haven't read this in a couple of years, I should reread it, but there are scenes in here that I like still vividly remember because they were that well written and affected me that much emotionally. If you read it, let me know what you thought, And thanks for watching. Bye!